Oscar Bevis for the Stomping Ground, powered by Wow Hydrate and available on the DAZN. Fight week hiccup, fight night hiccup, but the show still delivered.
The show goes on. Unpredictable in boxing, eh? What a week. What a week for Izzy and the team. Shakan Pitters was here tonight, absolutely devastated. He wasn't fighting for the European light heavyweight title. Daniel Dos Santos doesn't fight last time, doesn't fight this time. And Brad Ray comes in, doesn't fight either. I had Carl Davis here tonight as well, who wanted the fight. I mean, honestly, Oscar, you just don't know which way boxing turns next. But the key is we had some other really, really good fights on tonight. And it was a great night. And the atmosphere was brilliant at York Hall. And there were some stories and some, great tales. And prospects moved on. I thought Kieran Malloy probably stole the show. Tiernan Bradley and Ben Crocker fought a really good fight. Emma Dolan was great. I thought she should go on and fight for a world title soon. So yeah, it was a really good night. Hughie Fury got the job done, and I enjoyed it.
Just want to cover the Ben Crocker Tiernan Bradley fight. Your thoughts on the scorecards? I thought 97-93 to Ben Crocker was probably a bit out there. I know a lot of people ringside had Tiernan winning the fight. Your thoughts on?
Yeah, I thought Tiernan won the fight. Question about how much. I thought maybe he let it go a little bit in the last 2 or 3 rounds, and Crocker came back at him. I thought Ben was really tired after about 6 or 7. He looked really weary when he went back to his corner. I thought Tiernan Bradley was in total control. The first 4 rounds were tough to score, but I had Bradley in a slight lead, and then I thought the middle rounds he was way up. But Crocker did come back. So for me, Bradley won the fight, but it was close-ish. Dave Allen thought, he was commentating with me and did a brilliant job, by the way, tonight. Really, really interesting listening to him. He thought that Bradley won, but he said to me before the judges came out, he said, I think we're going to get wide in weird ways. And that's exactly what happened. So very subjective to how you look at it. Some of the rounds were really close to score. Both guys thought they won. Yeah, I thought probably Tiernan was unlucky. But it was a draw, and they both retained their unbeaten records. And I said to Izzy, let's put it on in Galway, the end of June. Kieran Malloy, maybe. Hughie Fury, contempt Dillian White. And there's money to make that fight. And then we get the rematch between Bradley and Crocker. What a night that'll be.
Yeah, I know Izzy had that promoter's smile when he said rematch, because, you know, rematches obviously drum up that interest. You said about doing commentary with Dave. I actually done an interview with Dave, and he said it was a nice kind of, not full circle moment, but he was like, I grew up listening to Adam Smith. I look at my best moments on YouTube. Adam Smith is the man who's talking over them. So nice for Dave and you to, I wouldn't say rekindle, but just to sit there tonight on commentary and talk over some good fights.
Mitch Costello and I had a chat a couple of weeks ago, and Dave's name got mentioned, and I thought he'd be really good fun to work with. And yeah, he got here early.
Blimey.
I know.
It's the biggest shock of the night.
And he was really, he really enjoyed it, I think. And we were having great chats, and we went back a bit and forward. I thought he made terrific. I agree with a lot of what he said tonight. He comes from a slightly different angle. He's fought and sparred a lot of people. He keeps himself obviously active. He's got a fight in a few weeks, a rematch of his own. But he's around boxing, and he looks after young fighters. And he's one of those guys that you just want to hear from. So we heard a lot from him tonight. Maxie Hughes also came on commentary, Terry Harper as well. But I thought Dave stole the show. I thought he was great. And I loved it. So I'm really pleased he said that, because I've loved commentating on him, and I like commentating with him tonight. It was an honour for me. So I thought he did brilliantly.
Can I ask you what you think happens on May the 17th at the Copper Box? Johnny Fisher, Dave Allen, run it back?
I think it's a really good fight again. I thought Dave won.
It's a huge fight, isn't it?
It's a huge fight for both of them.
It's drumming up already, however
it's a
many weeks
fight.
out.
And I love Johnny. He's a great character, wonderful story. I was at the Copper Box last summer when he won in a round against Alan Babich, and he's just a fantastic story, isn't he, Johnny? And I love him as a guy. I thought he lost out in Riyadh. I thought Dave won the fight. Dave's been unlucky. I think he's fought for 6 belts in his career, and he hasn't won 1 yet. But it's a really good fight, like Whittaker Cameron, and these are good rematches. And I don't know who's going to win. I think Johnny will be a bit better this time, and I think Dave will train a bit harder. So I think it's a fascinating one, and it's one we can't wait to see.
And I know Dave was talking about potential fights afterwards, and if he loses, perhaps, you know, it might be the end of his road. One of the fights he spoke about, actually, which I will say surprisingly, considering the fights he's been in, is the winner of TKV and Adelaide. Are you buying the table flip at the press conference?
It wasn't the table flip that Derek did. That was a.
They done the punching before, though.
It was funny, wasn't
that, I'm the baddest motherfucker.
It was funny, wasn't it? I mean, were they trying to copy it? Were they? Listen, it's great.
I was just being wary of Frank sitting there thinking, I don't need Frank to be getting hit.
I thought it was quite odd that they were smiling at the weigh-in as well. Look, it was a. I mean, there's obviously needle. There's a lot of tension before the fight. I thought it was great that Mike Ridout was in the middle of it. It was his turn to catch a table. DAZN's brilliant guy. Look, I love it. I love shenanigans and pre-fight build-up and the egg and all of that. Eubank and Ben I can't wait for fight week. It's storytelling, isn't it? And it's a hook that gets you involved, and we all love a bit of pantomime. So yeah, I mean, David and TKB, they'll get it done for real tomorrow night. I can't wait for it. It's going to be a brilliant fight. Joe Joyce and Hergovich must win as well. So yeah, heavy impact in Manchester. Going to join you up there. Just time for a few hours of sleep, and we go again.
Yeah, if we look at that little badge on the tassel. Part of the DAZN team, DAZN Queensbury team.
Yeah, I'm really excited to be part of the team. It's an absolute honour. It's a pleasure.
It's a stacked lineup as well. It's a good team.
I'm really pleased to be part of it. You know, Jamie Rice and Chris Glanville and the boys are fantastic. It's a really good talent team with Addy and Ali and Carl Frampton joining, Tony Bellew, my old friend, and from those Sky days, and obviously Darren Barker and Barry Jones I've worked with a couple of times before for DAZN, and really enjoyed it in Riyadh. So I'm joining a very, very talented group, and let's hope we can have a lot of fun at Queensbury shows, at Matchroom shows, competition between the two, Eddie and Frank under one umbrella. You had GBM and all the other shows as well, and DAZN are very much the home of boxing. Obviously Ben's got big shows still on Sky and Channel 5 as well. It's a great time to be a commentator in boxing, and I'm just really fortunate that I've got the opportunity to join a great, vibrant, cool team in DAZN. I love my time at Sky. I had a terrible time with my illness, and it was really hard to battle through that. I didn't think I'd be here today, so you know, I'm very grateful. I'm happy and healthy, Oscar, as you know. I know you well, and thank you for your support and for Charlie's support, and I'm just very glad to be back on the mic, and I know you know what it means to me. So yeah, I'm like a kid again. I was 9 years old when I wanted to become a commentator, and I'm 53 now, and I feel blessed to be doing it all over again.
Yeah. On the mic is exactly where you belong, and may I add, 185 plus fight nights this year on DAZN, like you said, the home of boxing. Final one, this Whittaker Cameron contract situation.
It's never simple, is it?
It's awkward, isn't it?
It's awkward.
No surprise that Liam Cameron, Lee Eaton, Frank Warren and those involved will want to stick and make the fight as long as possible, considering what we saw in Riyadh back in October.
12 rounds, that's what they signed for. Liam's going to have to be offered a lot of money if it's 10 rounds, I'd have thought. If the contract's 12 rounds, that's what they've got to fight, isn't it? I think Ben Whittaker's got to be confident that he can win over 6, 10, 12, whatever. He's teamed up with Andy Lee. I think that would be a good partnership. Skills pay the bills, that's what Floyd always said, and if he can go back to his boxing, I think Ben's got a real chance of winning this, but Liam Cameron will have a lot of confidence from that first fight. The question is, was that his night? And can he do it again? And if Liam can do it again, then he's very dangerous, and he's got a real chance of getting it done properly on April the 20th. But I think Ben will be better. I think it's, again, like the Fisher and Allen fight in a different way. It will be utterly fascinating to see what will happen on April the 20th. It's a big weekend. You've got Dalton Smith in Sheffield. It's then down to Birmingham before the London week. I mean, it's great. We love it, don't we? We absolutely love it. I mean, from about
Saturday
April,
the 19th.
I'm going on holiday for a few days with the family down in on the south coast. I think from the 15th to the sort of 18th, I'm back straight into Dalton Smith, then into the Whittaker Cameron Day, then into Eubank Ben, and then of course it's the huge May weekend as well, which is just a bizarre one. you want to sort of be somewhere watching it all. It's crazy. I think maybe I'll just watch that at home that May weekend and just enjoy it. But it's a fantastic time for boxing, Oscar, and look forward to Whittaker, Cameron, be it over 6, 8, 10, 12 or 15. It's a fight we're going to see, and they're going to make it happen. And Lee Eaton will fight for his fighter as he should. And Ben will fight for their... Who knows what's going to happen? Money might change hands. It could be... Maybe they'll make it 11 rounds. Maybe that's the answer. A compromise. Do it over 11, guys.
Are you expecting a compromise between anything involving Queensbury and Boxer at the moment?
Probably not, but who knows? Anyone can work with anyone. I think that's the new world. Dana White's crept in. What's going to happen there? There's so much anticipation. Let's just enjoy the fight nights that we know are happening, because if you look at April, you look at May, you look at June, or what I've heard about, and July, as boxing fans, we are in for a cracking 4 months. So let's love it. Awesome April, magical May, jubilant June, and jovial July. I don't know.
I was going to say it's a hard one to find another.
July?
I'll have jovial July.
J for July. I'll think about that one. Not Geronimo. That's sort of wrong, isn't it? But July.
We'll have a jolly up in July.
A jolly up in July. I think there's going to be a couple of big nights in July. We know Katie Taylor is fighting Amanda Serrano, and I expect a huge announcement of something in July as well. So, yeah. Don't book your holidays just yet. I've got 3 days down on the South Coast. I'm going to try and just sneak away with the kids. So,
it's September for me and the boys, but I need to wait for that Canelo Crawford
Oscar,
date.
everyone wants to go. Everyone behind us. We are the last people in York Hall. Andy Lovato, my man, is still here.
Sounds about
JJ's
right, doesn't it?
still here. I'm sure Mitch Costello's probably packing up. Where's Mike Goodall? Is Mike Goodall in Manchester? Do you know what? Not even Mike turned up. We've still got a ring. This is... Do you know what? Someone said to me, York Hall's like your home. Maybe I can sleep under this canvas and get ready for the next one. I first worked here, Oscar, in December 1994 with Francis Ampofo and Darren Fifield.
4 years before I was born. Apologies for doing that, but...
Mate, I've seen so many great nights in this place. But you and I need some rest. We have Manchester tomorrow. I've got to rest my voice. You've got to rest your camera and your voice. And let's do it. DAZN tomorrow night, Queensbury. Let's go. Come on, Frank. Deliver tomorrow night, the first night on DAZN. What a future ahead for Queensbury and Matchroom together. The old enemies together as frenemies. I love it.